Hey everyone, I'm Kenny Dreadful.
And I'm Miss Stereo.
And this is Stereo
Stereo
Dread.
Dread.
Yeah, what's going on? Powered by.
Dezombified.
Ooh, yeah, baby. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Saturday. And I hope that you get to enjoy your Saturday evening with us here at Stereo Dread.
Yeah. You can listen to us while you're getting ready for the other party you might be going to tonight, or maybe even clubbing. Hey, quick question. Can you guys hear us fine? Please let us know if you like the volumes of the music, our voices, whatever. We don't mind.
Yeah, please do. We deeply appreciate that. But what's going on, Benny Long? I see Danny Martian's in the house. He says, "Oh, thank you guys so much. He finished making his first vlog beat, and doesn't matter if it's unique. Repetition is important." So there's that. How you doing, Eurik and Eurik and Brenda Canada.
From Canada, yes.
How are you guys doing tonight? Thank you for stopping by. Hey, Stranger Stories, what is good, my man? It's good to see you in the chat, brother.
And Benny Long says that he's hearing us fine, and so does Danny Martian. Great.
Fantastic.
That is what we aim for.
That's right. That is what we strive for.
We noticed that a few of you guys were talking about the aesthetics, and we're very, very pleased to hear that it is to your liking. That is the image that we tried to provide here, just chilling, relaxing, and some pleasing things to look at and listen to. So, pardon me. So that is definitely the point that we're trying to make. We just want to be here for you.
Indeed. I mean, there's too much craziness going on in the world. Every time you turn on a cell phone, you turn on a tablet, a PC, you turn on your cable, there's always some just stressful things out there. And, we just want to be a place where people could just go and chill and put all those crazy, terrible things out their minds and just relax. So that's what we like to do here. But for anyone who's lurking and any possible first timers, if you don't know what Dezombified is, well, then let me tell you. Dezombified is a channel where we like to tell scary stories, scary creepypastas, original true stories, viewer submitted scary stories, and the like. We're all about scary stories and good times. And here we like to do the same thing with our live stream, Stereo Dread. Why do we name it Stereo Dread? Someone asked me on Twitter, and let me tell you, well, it's easy. She's Miss Stereo, and I'm Kenny Dreadful. So you take Stereo from her name, you take the Dread from mine, and booyah, Stereo Dread. So
awesome, baby. That was a great way of putting it. Yeah, I've been asked that question lots of times before. I've had to answer it. So here you go. There's the live explanation of it. And by the way, you guys, I also want to know, of course, being the turkey that I am, how's the buffering going for you? Any of you guys getting any buffering? Just let me know.
Yeah, any laggy, any buffering, let us know.
Absolutely. We've been messing around with some more scenes for your viewing pleasure. So, excuse me, like I said before, in a previous stream, I have asthma, so sometimes I have to take a break because I don't know how to stop talking. But yeah, what was I saying before, honey? I think I was talking about, the stream. You know how sometimes it just goes in and out, so yeah. That's totally, something, you guys are the ones that help us to keep the stream going smooth. But as I was saying before as well, we're over here also trying to just get the best scenes that we could possibly get for you, the best music we can find, all that good stuff. Also, we have been experimenting with some new stream stuff. Like, for example, programs and software. So we are really cramming for you guys. We are totally just cramming in some information into our brains and just truly trying to make it the best for you. We also have some daytime scenes that we've been gathering. because we want to start going live more often during the day as well. So we want to go live a few nights or a few days a week, and or a few days a week. Be great if we could do it full time every day, but we did speak about that in a previous live, including you guys, you content creators in our lives. So that's going to be very exciting. We have a lot of plans, right, baby?
Yeah, we do. I'd like to say hello to Aisha 1994. She has graced the chat. Thank you for stopping by, Aisha.
Thank you. We really appreciate your patronage, basically, because that's what you're providing for us. Every time that you come and you show up in our lives and in the chat, when you keep it lively, when you share it and you tell everybody and they mama about us, that is exactly what you're doing.
You know what? We're all subscribers here. Even creators. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got PewDiePie, and you got Jake Paul, and you got Mr. Beast, and all of them. Trust me, they're subscribed to people. So
yes,
even though they're content creators, they're also subscribers.
Totally.
So we're just subscribers here, and without you, it wouldn't be possible for us to be here right now. So thanks each and every one of you for that.
Yeah, that is totally 100% correct, honey. Everybody subscribe to somebody, even if you're the type of person that doesn't even like the internet or computers, you may be subscribed to a faith, you may be subscribed to a cable company or Netflix or whatever, or to a newspaper outlet. Somebody's always subscribed to something. So
that is true. True indeed.
So how has everybody's week been? That's what I want to know. I want to know, did you do anything special this week with family and friends? Did you have any gatherings, getting together? Just let us know.
Aisha 1994 says that she loves Stranger Stories content. He's so amazing.
Yes.
And we also agree. We do love Stranger Stories as well. He is very talented.
Indeed. I believe we have done a collab with Stranger Stories. Did we not, honey? I think a few weeks back, was it?
Yes, we did. We had a collab with Stranger Stories a few weeks back. You are right.
Yeah, you guys should really go check that out. I'm gonna try and look for it here and link it for you guys, but I'm gonna tell you something. Some of the best times that we have had here on YouTube has been during collabs. It has been amazing. I mean, it's been a ride, so to speak. We didn't know what we were getting into when it came to YouTube and trying to be YouTubers. A lot of people do not realize what hard work it is. A lot of people don't realize that, hey, this is actual work. This is not for the faint of heart.
It is not for the faint of heart.
This is not like a little game that you're gonna play. You're not just gonna turn on your phone or your laptop or whatever. I mean, there are some people who have that moment, that for them it happened that way generically. They just literally turn on their phone or their laptop or whatever has a webcam device they have, and boom, instant magic, because what they had to say was that powerful or that just gripping or whatever, or something might have just happened to them in the heat of the moment, in the passion. Well, then they commit what you call a stream of passion and they go viral, boom, the very next day. But it doesn't always happen like that. That's like winning the lottery.
And they ride that wave to success, and more power to them.
Good, more power to them that they know how to capitalize on it, but it doesn't always happen like that. Some of us have to grind that wheel.
Indeed. We eat crap and sleep YouTube. This channel, other creators, Twitter, Twitch, this is what we do.
Yes.
You know, we put everything into it. We've made a lot of sacrifices, man. We've made so many sacrifices. Personal sacrifices, financial sacrifices, just to try to bring you the best quality, to bring you the best stream and content, you know, like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I dream about that. It's like, yo, I found myself dreaming about thumbnails one night. Yo, I was dreaming about no, for real. Yo, I was bugging. I was like making
Is that a dream or a nightmare?
No, listen, man. Maybe both. It could be both. I was actually dreaming in my dream. I was at the PC, all right, looking at the screen, making thumbnails, thinking, how does this look? How does that look? I'm like, what? I woke up the next day like, man, this is crazy. This has gotten under my skin. For real. Like, what?
That, my friend, is what you call insanity. But it's also a sign of dedication, you know. It's also a sign of dedication because not that many people give a flard's butt. Nobody cares, you know. But let me tell you something. If you think you're going to come on YouTube, you're going to hit it big, you're going to make millions of PewDiePie dollars, that's not the way that it goes.
Nope. You just come into this, yo, I'm going to just have fun. And I'm going to do my best, though. With that, you know what I'm saying, and be like, whatever comes, or whatever doesn't, and just be, you know, just don't go over the edge with the, I thought this was gonna change my life, and you know, there's a really slow grind now with all the changes that's been made with YouTube, you know.
Thinking about it, there is billions, and I mean with a B, of videos and content being uploaded to YouTube on a daily basis. New channels are coming in by the millions. I'm going to be conservative with that and say hundreds of thousands per day. Okay, so you're not the first and you're not the last, you know. It's just the way that it is. Now, that's not to say that we don't think YouPoop has their favorites, because, you know, come on, we're not stupid. But at the same time, you have to realize that it's a grind, and it's a slow grind. So don't quit your day job if you can help it, you know. Yo,
we need someone to get Monsters in My Mind up in here. Tweet them or something, you know. Where's Anime Atome and Dark and Grim at? You know what I mean? We need these people up in here because, you know? Listen, we did if you didn't know, we did a collab with Monsters in My Mind
this past week.
He dropped a video, and it's on his channel right now, and hopefully after this show's over, you can stop by over Monsters in My Mind channel and check out the collaboration we did with him. It's pretty cool. We really dug it and loved it. So yeah, remember that, people. Monsters in My Mind collaboration we did with him. Really good stuff, man. He's a really good dude.
Yeah, he is. He has a lot of talent, patience, and he's just very dedicated, you know. And not only him, but many people that come to our chats who happen to be creators. That's just the luck of our draw, but I guess we got lucky that way. Many of these guys are talented, and they also are great in their own rights.
Indeed.
So yeah, absolutely. So, like you said before, Stranger Stories, you know, we've done collabs with him as well. I'm dropping the link right now for Monsters in My Mind.
Nice, do that for after the show. Check it out.
Well, it's right in the chat.
So Slumber Reads has something to say. Because we don't, Slumber Reads, he says that, I don't know how long he's going to be here, so I want to get to some of these comments, quick, all right? Excuse me for talking over you, though, Miss Stereo.
That's
now,
okay,
listen,
baby.
So Slumber Reads says that YouTube takes so much work. He didn't see his first huge growth until almost 3 years in.
Wow.
Takes a ton of dedication. Wow. He goes on to say, worth it, though. YouTube is so much fun. Yeah, well, YouTube is a lot of fun, especially when you keep it fun and you don't, like I said, you don't go into it with the assumption that you're going to be an overnight success, because if you go into it with that, you're going to get your dreams crushed 9 out of 10 times, you know. So, yeah, as long as you go into it with that attitude, you should be fine. And that's what we're doing personally, is just like whatever comes. You know, whatever doesn't, we're just happy and blessed with the few individuals who do show up and who do reach out and comment, who we do get to work with. You know, we're just grateful for those.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, the second link that I'm dropping in the chat is the Stranger Stories link to the collab we did with him as well.
Good stuff.
I believe these two collabs we did do individual videos for, I think. No, not for Monsters in My Mind. We didn't do for that. But for Stranger Stories, we did. But yeah, go check those two out.
Yeah, it's the sleep paralysis story, I believe.
Yes.
Right?
No, wait.
No?
Maybe. Who knows? I mean, nowadays.
Well, yeah, we put out so much stuff and we got so much on our minds and whatnot that we sometimes forget what the hell we be putting out and when we put it. It's a lot of stuff out there, man. A lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you know.
Thank you, Aisha. Thank you.
What did she say?
She said she enjoyed the Mims collab as well as the Stranger Stories collab. So thank you so much, Aisha. By the way, you have an awesome little profile pic or avatar or whatever that is. Is that you or some random person off the? Is that you, Aisha, or is that some random person off the web?
I don't know. I'm gonna check right now.
That looks like a real person.
It looks like a real person, yeah.
But it's green, so I don't know if it's.
Yeah, it's like makeup. It looked like it might be Photoshop, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so hopefully Mims could stop by because we like to thank him personally, you know.
That is a super, super cute avatar.
Oh, that's artwork.
It looks like it's a model, but it looks like it's been photoshopped and effects have been added to it. But she also looks like she's wearing makeup, you know, green makeup. So it looks pretty cool. It's a pretty girl in a some green face makeup. Witch costume, sort of. So it looks cool.
Yeah, cool. So Slumber has to go, but if you guys are still live later, I'll stop by again. Have a great night, guys. Hey, Slumber Reads, thank you for stopping by.
Yes,
and,
it's an honor.
Keep that in mind. You know, we'd like to work with you one day, so definitely keep that in mind, brother. Have a good one. At
your convenience, and thank you. Have a great night.
Indeed. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have one of our good friends here, Benny Long. He sent us a story. Yeah, he sent us a story about a few weeks back. And
no, way longer, I think.
All right, 10 years ago. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's definitely a few weeks back. You know what I'm saying? That's a true statement. Probably, a few weeks back. He sent us a story, and we were hoping to read it for you beautiful people here tonight.
However, it is about, it's long.
Yeah, it's a 9-page story.
We basically put looping music and video to it. The only thing is that I forgot to do his name's screen splash, you know, so keep that in mind. But once we figure out how to do that in real time, we're gonna be doing all that cool stuff. But we are gonna take this portion of the video and I guess upload it separately with the screen splash of his name and everything. I'm so sorry, Benny, about that, but we will be giving you credit throughout the whole thing. Yeah.
Hello, creepy clown girl. Thank you for stopping by. Ooh. She says, hey Z, just hopping in and out. There are multiple live streams going on right now, so I'm having total fun doing this. Love you guys. Nice. Thank you for stopping by. She is amazing.
Yes, you rock, girl. I put it in the chat too. You rock.
Can you open these gummy bears for me?
Ooh,
wait, no, they're gummy butterflies. Yeah, they're gummy butterflies. Can you please open those gummy butterflies for me? I think I broke the package.
No, you didn't break it. You just broke the seal.
Nice.
It was so hard for me earlier. I just couldn't do it. But it was already, you opened it. You opened it. I think you were just pulling on the wrong scene.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for bringing them.
So how was your week, Miss Stereo?
Well, it was great. I learned quite a few new things about live streaming, and I'm learning new software. It's just so much information to take in. Oh yes, Benny says no worries, just honored you did the story and I hope others enjoy it. Yeah, it's a pretty long story, just so you guys know, so we may or may not take an intermission. That depends on you. If you guys feel like you need to stretch your legs or whatever, please let us know. We can always just put, some sort of intermission or music or something on for you. But yeah, please do let us know if you guys need a break when we do start. But my week was wonderful. I learned a few recipes as well, and I tried them out, and you guys liked it, so I'm happy about that. Pardon the sound of my mouth, but I made the mistake of putting a gummy butterfly in my mouth. Now I'm here talking to you guys, sounding like I
ASMR. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yum. Nah, let's not annoy them. That's not what we want to do. No. Sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that, but yeah. Some people like that. I don't know. But, it's not our speed, but hey, we actually found out recently what ASMR was. A creepy clown girl says, thanks, I would love to have some gummy butterflies. And you're welcome. Oh, absolutely. This girl's a doll.
All right, thank
this
you.
Girl is a doll. Like, I want a creepy clown girl doll. Creepy clown girl, you know where you would be big? Make merch. Creepy clown girl merch. Make dolls.
She's gone probably.
Well, she said she might be right back. And let us know who is live right now. Could you just type out their names if you're still there, girl? So we can know who else is live,
All right, you know what? I think we should get into Benny Long's story. Because it's a long story and we need to get this crack-a-lackin'.
Alrighty then. That sounds great, babe.
So I'll tell you what, give us a minute intermission or two so we can set this up for everyone, okay? We'll be right back.
2 seconds.
Hey guys, we're back. Yeah, we just got the story ready and everything ready to go. Full disclosure, before I start reading this story, this will be the first time that I have heard the whole story in its entirety, just like you guys on the other end. So we'll probably be having the same reactions and thoughts, at the same time as we're going through the story. So it's new for us too. It's fresh for us. So we're excited to see where this story's heading, where it's going to end up.
Yes, we are. And we did that on purpose because we wanted to get a raw live reaction of a live reading. This is non-rehearsed, non-edited, none of that. We just created a generic video with generic music, and we did that. I actually have seen the story somewhat. I peeked a little because
so did I, but I didn't make it through the entire 9 pages.
No. So this is going to be a challenge.
I got like 2 pages in. So
that's awesome.
Anyway, so without further ado.
Yes.
Without further ado, we're gonna get to the story, people. It's called the Old Man. Hold on, let me get this up here. It's called The Old Man and Tom, submitted by Benny Long. So we hope you enjoy that. And here we go. Correct? The old man struggled out of bed. The sun had awoken him in a few minutes earlier, shining through a break in the blinds. He fought to stand straight, as he always did when he first got up. Age and arthritis had slowed him down, especially after he had retired a few years ago. The one good thing was that it was still summer. As miserable as the heat could be, it actually helped his aching joints get going a little easier. The winter months really hurt. With his small pension and his ever-shrinking SSI check, he just could not afford to heat and cool the house properly. It was a bit of either comfort or put something in his stomach. However, there were times he could do neither. Shuffling to the bathroom, his cat, Tom, greeted him as usual. It was a generic name, but it was the first thing that had come to mind, and it stuck. Tom had been the old man's constant companion for the past 4 years. He never imagined Tom would have turned out to be as he was now. It still surprised him even after all this time, having had found him as a half-starved kitten on one of his trips to the local landfill when he could still drive. At first, the old man did not think it would be worth the effort to bring Tom home. But the old man just couldn't leave him there. He nursed him back to health, and Tom soon took over the house, as only cats can. Tom was your average house cat in size and weight. There was nothing overly special about him except for his sometimes nasty attitude. Tom did not like others coming into his domain. The only person that could actually put a hand on him and not receive a slap was the old man, whom the cat considered his friend and co-inhabitant of the house. The only complaint the old man had with Tom, and it really did not matter as no one ever came to see him, was that he shed. There was always long black fur that needed sweeping. The old man could clean his floors, and the broom would be full of it. That did not matter, as Tom was not only his companion, but also a source of entertainment. The animal could always make him laugh at its hijinks. Nor did he have to worry about mice, as Tom kept them out of the house. And when one did make the mistake of coming in, it was dealt with, often brutally. The one thing that really stood out on the cat was his eyes. They were gold, sometimes. At other times, they were green. And other times still, they were a mix of the two. Finishing his business, the old man turned to see Tom sitting in his usual place beside the laboratory. The cat had a bowl filled with water right next to his food, but would rather drink from a slow running faucet. That was always strange to the old man, but Tom was odd in many ways. It was just another of the animal's quirks that he found interesting. No matter where the old man went in the house, his friend was always by his side. When he sat, the cat was either in his lap, ready for a good back scratching, or a nice place to curl up and take a nap. The old man found the television remote and pressed the button, bringing it to life. It came to life, and he changed the channel to the Today Show. He did not watch much television, having to give up cable some time ago. He now had a simple aerial antenna that allowed him to receive a few of the local stations that carried mainly the networks. He would watch the news but did not know precisely why. They were the same every day, with nothing but stories about war, some nonsense about the president, the weather, along with a local human interest tale thrown in for good measure. If you hear children in the background, people, I have my window open and there's people that live in the neighborhood. That's not part of the story. So don't get freaked out. Anyway, back to the story. There was always a crime to talk about, which brought ratings, and that was really the most important thing. The old man did not need a pretty face telling him about how his neighborhood had fallen into that rat's nest, with a neighbor being robbed and killed only a few nights ago. It was an excellent place to live. The old man grew up here and lived his whole life within a block or two from where his small house sat. Nevertheless, as the years rolled by, the city grew closer, bringing all of its ills and temptations with it. His wife died in one of the hospitals while his son had gone off to find his fortune there. The old man turned without even hearing what the anchor was saying and headed toward the refrigerator. Opening the door, he saw what he had seen last night. Nothing but a head of lettuce that was turning bad. It was just habit looking in there, he supposed. The old man made his way to the pantry and saw there was one more can of corn, and Tom had 2 cans of cat food. It would be okay, he thought, as his checks would go into the bank. in a couple of days. They would both eat well then. A Meals on Wheels came through from time to time when there were enough donations. He had taken advantage of that in the past. However, this was Sunday, and even if they did have the food to go around, they would not be running today. The old man decided he would save the corn for later, maybe for dinner that evening. As long as Tom ate, that was more important. He would do without before allowing his friend to do so. The old man made his way into the spare bedroom. It had been his son's room when he was growing up, but had turned it into what the old man liked to call his library. It was a small room, only about 8 feet square, but filled with his one prized possession, books. He had collected a wide assortment over the years, from history to science fiction to encyclopedias and the classics. He would treat himself once and again and buy a new one to add to his collection. Yet for the most part, the old man found himself rereading books he had done so many times in the past. They were not worth anything to anyone else, and when he was gone, he had no clue what would become of them. The old man only knew his son did not want them. He had thought of leaving them to the city library, but it closed its doors some time ago because of budget cuts. He just could not bear to sell them, no matter how hungry he got. The old man pushed some thoughts from his mind and slid a book about the Knights Templar off the shelf before heading to his favorite chair. Walking out of his library, the old man felt a familiar slap on the back of his leg. Tom had slipped out of the room unseen and had waited on him. He would do this before running to the old man's chair, where he would wait for him with wide eyes and a swishing tail. The old man walked toward his chair, smiling and talking to Tom. Just as he was about to sit, a sharp pain grabbed him in his lower back. It was his sciatica acting up again. Just another ailment he suffered through at times, caused by a lifetime of hard work. It felt like someone had stabbed him with a nice pick, as pain shot from his back down through his hips and leg. Thankfully, the chair was within reach, or he would have hit the floor. As the old man stood there waiting for the episode to end, he closed his eyes tight and took several deep breaths. Gripping the arm of the chair, he felt the gentle touch of Tom's paw and heard him let out a soft meow. The old man opened his eyes to see his friend looking at him. He assured Tom he would be fine in a few minutes. Perhaps it was the tone of the old man's voice, but it seemed to satisfy Tom as he sat back with a look of concern if a cat could actually have one. True to his word, the sciatica attack finally relented. The old man sat down and opened his arms, something Tom always accepted. He wrapped an arm around the cat, giving him a hug, and began his several minutes long back scratching. Tom immediately began to knead the old man's leg. The push and pull of Tom's paws caused his claws to dig into his skin through the thin pajama pants he generally wore. It was a bit uncomfortable, but never lasted more than a few minutes. It was not long before Tom turned his customary 3 circles and laid down in the old man's lap for his morning nap. The old man opened his book and began to read lines he had almost memorized. However, it did pass and began to read lines. Wait, hold on, I said that right, sorry. However, it did pass the time and got his mind off his empty stomach. The Today Show had been on for some time before it cut to the local station for a news and weather update. The pretty talking head, as he referred to her, led off with the story of a string of recent home invasions, and the weatherman talked about a coming cool front that would bring some needed rain. Both stories were old news to him by now. The old man knew all about the break-ins in his neighborhood. Moreover, his arthritis told him that rain was on the way. Paying neither any more attention, he went back to his reading. The old man sat there and read while Tom slept. From time to time, Tom would get down and walk through the house, maybe get a bite to eat before returning to his spot on his friend's lap. For his part, the old man was growing sleepy himself. Each time Tom got in his lap and curled up, it made his eyes heavy as well. The old man eventually leaned his head back in his chair and dozed off to sleep. The old man awoke about 30 minutes later to the sound of thunder. The rain was definitely on its way. His neck was stiff, as his head had rolled to the side while he napped. His stomach growled again, and his head started to hurt from the hunger that was gnawing at him. He decided to gamble just a bit and eat the can of corn now. Tomorrow, the Meals on Wheels would run, or should. He would maybe get his stomach full then. If worse came to worse, Tom would share his food. It would not be the first and probably not the last time his friend did this. The old man opened the can and stuck a spoon in. Dipping out a mouthful, he stopped. He thought about eating all of it, but decided on only half for now. He would save the rest for later, just in case the Meals on Wheels did not come by. It was not long until payday, so if he and Tom could just make it a few more days. If nothing else, he could fill up on water in the meantime. It was something the old man had done many times before and knew it would see him through for a day or so. The rest of his day he spent alternately reading, listening to the rain drip off the roof and watching television. The rain had turned into a late summer thunderstorm with bolts of booming thunder and gusty winds. He thought about his son and wished he would hear from him. It had been over 2 years since he last saw him, and at least 6 months since they had spoken. With a heavy sigh, the old man returned to his book and scratched Tom on the head. He barely noticed as the day turned into early evening. The prime time shows were all reruns, and he ignored them until the sound of the 10 o'clock until the sound of the 10 o'clock news theme music caught his attention. He put his book down and watched. Not to his surprise, it was mostly a rehash of morning updates. It was more of the same. Crime, weather, crime, sports, and crime. The old man decided it was time for bed. The news had just ended and the Tonight Show did not look to be very interesting. The storm outside had turned into an all-day rain event, with one round of storms ending, only for another to rumble through a bit later. The thunder had been loud at times and rattled the windows on several occasions. He would not be able to sleep if this kept up. He never could sleep through a storm. The old man painfully laid down on the bed. He was glad for the rain, but it had his joints feeling like they were on fire. He was out of Tylenol and doubted he would be able to afford more even after his checks came in. It would just be another painful night. Something he had oddly enough grown used to. Reaching to turn off the bedside lamp, a pain grabbed him by the shoulder. Lowering his arm, he decided to wait a few minutes before trying that again. As he laid his head back on the pillow, he felt Tom jump up on the bed and walk along his prone body. The old man held up his hand and Tom walked under it, rubbing his back on his palm. Tom turned and wrapped a paw around his arm and began to nip at his hand with his teeth. It was not a real bite, just enough pressure so he could feel it. Tom started licking the spot he had just nibbled with his sandpaper-like tongue, returning the show of affection he had received earlier. Rolling thunder followed another flash of lightning. The noise startled Tom. He was like the old man in that he did not like storms. The latest flash of lightning caused the lamp to flicker. A steady hand and soothing voice calmed the cat's frayed nerves. Tom soon began to need the old man once more, this time on his stomach, while giving off a soft purr. Tom kept us up for a few minutes, before once again turning and lying down while resting his head on the old man's arm. The soft purr was like a sleeping pill to the old man. It did not take long for his eyes to become heavy as the pain in his joints began to ease. He closed his eyes, forgetting about the lamp, and felt himself starting to drift into sleep. The old man was quickly brought from his would-be slumber by the sudden jerk of Tom. The cat was standing next to him with his eyes wide and pupils dilated. Before the old man could ask what was wrong with his friend, began to growl while looking out the door of the bedroom. The old man heard a crash that at first he thought was the crack of more lightning. He would have paid it no mind had it not been for Tom. The cat had never acted this way towards a storm. The only time he was in such a state was when someone was about to come into the house, or already there. Another crash, and the sound of glass hitting the floor brought him fully awake. The old man struggled to rise, but his arthritis and other ailments threw themselves into overdrive. The pain in his joints stopped him before he could raise no more than his head off the pillow. The old man looked up to see a man standing in the doorway of his bedroom with a gun in his hand. He could not have been more than 20, but looked older. He was wearing a pair of dirty cut-off jeans and a sleeveless t-shirt. Sores covered his body, but were more prominent around his mouth. A matted mop of curly hair sat atop his head that almost obscured a pair of glazed eyes. He was definitely a junkie looking to score. The odor coming from him nauseated the old man. A bath was, like anything else, secondary to a fix. The junkie grabbed the old man as he tried to raise and jerked him out of bed. He hit the floor with a painful thud. The junkie struck the old man across the side of the head with the butt of the pistol and began demanding money. The old man could only laugh and tried to tell him he had come to the wrong house. This only angered the junkie, and he struck him several more times. Through it all, the old man could just think of one thing. Where was Tom? Another flash of lightning took out the electricity. This seemed to rattle the junkie as he grabbed the old man by the shirt and pulled him to his feet once again, demanding money. Each time the old man told him he had none left. He had none. He felt another blow from the butt of the gun. The side of his head and left eyebrow were split open, and blood stained his hair, face, and shirt. The junkie shoved him through the house while trying to force a confession of hidden wealth that just did not exist. Both stumbled in the dark, bumping into the door, facings, and furniture. The old man finally collapsed onto the hard floor as the beating began to take its toll. His eye was quickly swelling shut, and the side of his head throbbed. Standing above him, the junkie cursed and told him that he would end up in the ground if he did not tell him where he kept his money. The old man's heart began to pound. He knew he was about to meet his end, all because someone had taken a wrong turn in his life. No one set out to become a junkie, but it happened, and this was often the result of it. Not only did they destroy their own lives, but that of so many others as well. Another flash of lightning lit up the inside of the house. With his one good eye, the old man saw Tom standing behind the junkie. The cat's eyes were wide, and head held low, with his ears cocked halfway back. He looked up to see the junkie had raised the gun once again, this time with the barrel pointed at his head. Tom had heard the intruder just before he broke the glass. Whenever another human entered the house, he ignored them and went into the next room until they were gone. This time it was different. This human was a threat to them both. Tom had watched as the intruder beat the old man and could smell the blood on him. His senses, he sensed his friend was in serious trouble. Tom could not fathom what would happen afterward. A life without his friend was something Tom could not fully grasp, but knew he did not want. He just wanted this human gone and the house back to normal. Just him and the old man. Nothing less would do. Tom did not fully understand why the house was dark. However, this was his world, and he would now take advantage of it. He came silently up behind the intruder. Tom saw how hurt his friend was and heard the old man moan in pain. He had heard him do that before, but not like this. The old man was his, and this was his home. Tom could sense the old man's fear, and it sparked him to act. Tom struck out with razor-sharp claws and tore several gashes across the exposed flesh of the intruder's calf. Blood poured from the wound, causing the man to wail in pain. Tom avoided a kick and disappeared into the darkness. The junkie yelled as he felt pain shooting through his leg. He did not know exactly what had happened at first. Running his hand across the wounds, he felt the gashes and the blood coming from them. Years of drug use had left his skin paper skin. He would get a Band-Aid later. Right now he needed money. And as the even worse pain of withdrawal had started to set in, from the shadows, the junkie heard the long drawl of a cat. He didn't like cats. They were sneaky and only good for target practice. He would deal with that later. Turning his attention back to the old man, the junkie pointed his gun at him and once again demanded money. His hand was shaking and sweat beaded his brow. He needed to end this quick and get out. The junkie's dealer was waiting not far from here, but would not be there all night. Tom bolted from behind the couch and ripped open a fresh set of wounds on the man's leg with dreadful precision. Melting back into the shadows, his black fur made him practically invisible even in the flashes of lightning. He could taste the sour blood of the man and felt it on his paws. He would attend to that later. Right now, he just wanted him gone. The junkie screamed in pain as the blood began to fill his shoe. The cat had really done a number on his leg. His temper was short now, and he had had enough of this. He would kill the cat, and that would be that. Moreover, if the old man would not tell him where his money was, he would be next. This was to have been another fast in and out job. However, it looked like that was not going to happen. The old man wasn't going anywhere. He had made sure of that. The beatdown he dished out would keep him where he was for a while. The junkie once again heard the cats caterwauling. It seemed as if it was coming from everywhere in the house, bouncing off the walls and ringing in his head at the same time. He fumbled his way through the house, looking for the animal. When he found him, he was gonna stomp his head flat. Tom followed the man, keeping low to the floor and waiting for the next opportunity to strike. He eyed the open wounds on the back of his leg. There was a weak spot there, and he went for it once again, tearing flesh from bone, leaving another gaping hole behind. Tom leaped to the side as the man turned and ran around behind him unseen. The junkie turned yelling and fired the gun twice, causing splinters from the floor to fly up and hit him in the face. The sound of the gun blast hurt his ears in the closed space of the house. Pulling a piece of wood from his cheek, he cursed long and loud. Carefully making his way back toward the old man, his leg felt like someone had driven hot knives through it. His shoe was full of blood and made a squishing sound when he stepped down. The junkie was more determined than ever to kill this damn cat. The old man jumped at the sound of gunfire. His heart raced, and the fear he felt was growing. He was still in a daze from the repeated blows to his head, but he heard the familiar sound of a soft purr in his ear and the cold, wet touch of Tom's nose on his face. He wanted to tell his friend to get out of there, but did not want to bring the junkie's attention to the both of them. The old man felt Tom's long fur brush his arm as he darted by. The junkie was limping, and with each step he cursed as pain shot all the way up his leg. He found the old man still lying where he had left him. In his frustration, he hit him again and cursed more. From behind, he heard the sound of a hiss. The junkie turned and fired wildly twice more. His ears rang from the concussions of the gunshots, but it could not drown out the sound of the cat's wailing. Putting his hands over his ears, the junkie tried to block the noise, but to no avail. He was shaking and sweating heavily and needed a fix soon. He decided he would come back and take care of this damn cat another time. The junkie turned back to the old man. He told him this was his last warning. He wanted the money, and he wanted it now. Silence met his demands yet again. A flash of lightning allowed him to see the prone body of the old man on the floor. He didn't think he had killed him. He hadn't hit him that hard, had he? The junkie bumped him with his foot and saw or heard no movement. He would just have to grab up something and take it to the pawn shop where he did his business. The dealer would be gone soon, and he needed to get there before that. There were other dealers, but this one had the good stuff he liked. It would make all the pain go away. Once again, Tom came up behind the intruder. Instead of slashing his leg, he let a long, howling yowl that descended into a low, guttural growl. The junkie turned as a chill went up his spine at the sound. He had never heard a cat make such a noise. What was he dealing with here? His mind was playing a trick. That was it, nothing more. The dark, the storm, the gashes in his legs, and his withdrawals were making him crazy. The junkie was starting to think that it was time to cut him loose, to cut his losses and get out of this madhouse. Maybe it wouldn't be so wrong not to have the right stuff, if only for one night. He needed to get something on his leg anyway. Then he thought, no, he wanted the cat first. He heard its scrawling wail once again from the other side of the room. He limped toward the sound, holding his gun at the ready. The junkie thought he had one more shot left in the chamber, and he wanted to make it count. Tom slithered his way into the kitchen. The intruder was now following him and away from the old man. He jumped into the chair, then to the counter besides the refrigerator. Looking back, he saw the man slowly coming his way. The man could still not see him in the darkness. Tom swished his tail and mewed softly. It got the intruder's attention as Tom then leaped atop the refrigerator and crouched down, backing his ears and tensing his muscles. The junkie limped forward, leaving a trail of blood and cursing with each painful step. He had the cat cornered. There was a wall on 3 sides and no way the animal could get past him. His tormentor was about to be on the receiving end of some payback. Tom watched as the man came in closer. His head was right in front of him. The cat's body began to shake with anticipation. With blinding speed, filled with violence, Tom struck as the intruder turned his head and looked at him. With a hiss that turned into a growl, Tom sunk his claws into the man's eye. Out of reflex, the junkie jerked his head backward in an attempt to free himself from this demon. Out of instinct, Tom curled his foot inward, digging in deeper, pulling the eye from the socket. The junkie screamed in pain and dropped the gun to the floor. He grabbed the side of his face, covering the hole left behind as blood ran between his fingers. He stumbled away from the refrigerator, trying in vain to find something to grab onto with his other hand. Tom shook the eyeball free from his claws and jumped from the refrigerator to the counter, then to the floor. He ran headlong between the man's legs, causing him to trip and fall. As Tom did, the side of his head bounced off the corner of the dining table. He hit the floor with a thump out cold. Tom stood there with one ear back and looked at the man on the floor. He was still here and not gone, as he wanted. However, this intruder was no longer a threat to the old man or him. At least he wasn't for the moment. The old man heard the commotion from the other room. He tried his best to rise up and in some way help Tom. As he did so, he was greeted by the sound of a soft purr and a rough tongue on his face. He raised his hand to touch his friend and felt him wrap his paw around his wrist and gently nibble. The old man looked to see the flashing blue lights of the police through the windows. The gunfire had alerted someone. Thank goodness. The blare of sirens echoed through the house and quickly followed by some pounding on the door. Tom growled as a police officer forced his way in. The old man put a hand on his back and calmed his friend down. The police officer saw the old man laying there with blood streaming down his face. Dispatch, this is 147. We need an ambulance. The police officer said into the mic on his shoulder. A groan brought his attention to the other side of the room. Oh my God! He gasped as he shined his flashlight on the writhing body of the junkie. Dispatch, this is 147. Better make that 2 ambulances. Over. Well, that was it, people. That was a story by none other than Benny Long. Thank you, Benny, for sending us that story. It was a real great story. I was on the edge of my seat. That was the first time I've ever read it through completely. And wow, good stuff there, Benny, man.
That story meant a lot to me personally for different reasons. One of them, the first one, being the arthritis and the pain and the SSI check and everything he was talking about sounds like stuff that is really happening for real nowadays with our elderly.
Yeah, that's true.
We need to do better by them as a whole, as a society. We need to do better by those who are the weakest among us physically, because they have great things to offer us, including amazing stories such as this. But I can't help to feel that get the vibe that some of the content, or at least a little, is something that is inspired by actual events or actual life. Also, I'd like to welcome to the chat Ms. April Bizarre. Or I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but that seems very interesting. It's pretty. April Bizarre, I think maybe. So one thing that I did want to talk to everybody about really quickly. Hi, Mindster's in my mind. I don't know if I said hi to him before. But
hey, what is up, Mim? Thank you for stopping by, brother, and thank you for having us on your channel. We really enjoyed working with you, man. Thank you so much, brother.
So I did want to mention something. I guess eventually we had to come to this, but hey, stuff happens, everybody makes mistakes.
Hey, shout out to Dark and Grim.
Yes.
April by Sayer. April by Sayer, maybe.
I thought it
the
said
Swedish mom.
Yes, she was. She stepped out. She had to go to bed. She was tired.
I'm sorry. I'm just catching up with the people, being that I was reading that story for a while.
Yeah.
So I'm just catching up, y'all.
I did want to say something about something that was going on in the chat while you were reading the story, because I was paying attention. I just want to let you guys know.
But did they enjoy the story, though? That's what I want to know.
Okay, cool. So let us know if you enjoyed the story.
The old man and Tom.
Yes, let us know if you enjoy the story, please.
We need to make that into a video.
Yes, we do. Tell us in the chat how you liked it, and what you would like to see in the video, within reason, of course. What you would like to see in the video of this story. In the chat, let us know. So now, having said that, I also wanted to say that we do not mind promoting other channels here. That's why every time we meet somebody new, we try anyway our best to, look at their channel, look at their banner, channel art, and their thumbnails, depending on what the content is, of course, because we have to be careful. But there is also a time when we may ask you, what are you working on now? That's part of the conversation we like to have. So if you guys get a little ahead of yourself and talk about it, other than when it's brought up in our conversation, it's a little, weird, and I don't want to be the big B word, but, in other words, no self-promo unless I ask you to drop a link and, and stuff like that. That was actually going to be part of our show today, was asking you guys what you're working on. And hey, Danny Martian says, sorry for not having commented in a while. I'm making another beat. Oh yeah, it's absolutely cool, Danny. We know that, you're a lot like us. We like to actually go to our friends' chat and their live streams, and we just like to listen while we use, the other PC or another device to work. It's like we will use one device to watch our friends and catch up on their videos. Sometimes we may not pay attention, so we may comment something weird, but we're working at the same time on our content and our lives and stuff that we're working on. Now April says, I'm sorry I didn't hear the story. Oh, that's fine, sweetie. That's what the replay is for. And we're actually going to make a video to go with this story. So that, you can catch up, whenever you feel comfortable, just browse our channel. And girl, no worries, no apologies needed. We're just glad that you're here. We're glad that, you're talking to us. She says, I sub to new horror writers on YouTube. Oh, okay. So you like this content. Good. Well, we have that and much, much more to offer here on Dezombified TV. We actually don't just tell scary stories. We also, we play around with music. My husband is an amazing lyricist. He writes very, very good rhymes. And we have 2 or 3 here on our channel. Of course, it's related, oddly enough, to the horror genre and paranormal stuff. It's actually part of some of our other videos. And I think one of them is a Valentine's Day one. So yes, we have some horror hip hop going on here, if you will. But we have lots of other things. Our lives seem to be the most popular of our content because it seems a lot of people like it. We get a lot of watch from that. But we have quite a variety of content within the genre, within horror / paranormal fantasy. We're just very eclectic in that sense, but trying to stay within the theme of the channel. So I hope you take a look around and enjoy what you see and bring some friends with you, And so Dark and Grim said that the story was awesome. Once again, thank you, Benny Long, for that. That was an amazing story. It was long.
I was engaged. I was thoroughly engaged with the whole thing with the old man and the cat, man. I felt real bad for that old dude.
But I like the build-up.
Even
though it was a little long, I like the build-up because it made me relate to the old man.
Yeah.
I felt his pain, literally.
The tension. I felt that tension.
Yeah,
man.
And I also felt his pain from the I have fibromyalgia. He had arthritis, so I felt that when it comes to the weather and how horrible it can be. You know how I get, baby. I feel what's gonna happen the day before. I don't ever need to watch the weather because of that. But I also like how he incorporated, you know, the state of, you know, his neighborhood, how he described what he was doing, the news. It was all really, really, really cool. So now, having said all of that, wait, one more thing. April Busiar says, this is the first live stream I've been to for a while until I got a new phone. Yay! Aw. I'm glad you
Good
have
for
a new
you.
phone.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear you got a new phone. That's what's up. Good for you.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, I totally no need for this. I'll just, you know. Oh, you know what? What do you think? So yeah. So, I totally can relate to the old man, and that was funny, April. I really like that you got a new phone, and then you're sort of, you know, using it with us. So that's great. You know, that's amazing. So anyway, let's get into some weird stuff, baby, that I found on the interwebs of things.
Okay.
You know, here we like to do some weird stories and stuff. I found something. It's an article from, I think, the piece is from 2014, but it's still interesting because I'm always looking for new stuff, as are you. We are always here looking for just some
interesting things.
You know, just different things here. And by the way, if you missed it, I think 2 live streams back, we had
mad noise.
Huh?
You're making mad noise.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I thought it was a cat outside.
Really? Oh, okay. So, that wasn't me.
You hear it?
Whoa.
There's a.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously? Really?
Okay, one of the cats got inside the room, our studio, if you will. But anyway, if you missed it, a couple of lives back, we had a story about cheese that just had the entire chat in a buzz. We were all just cracking up in here, so you might want to check that out. 2 live streams back. It's anyway, if one of the moderators could, you know, open a new tab, find it, you know, the one with the cheese and the trophy, and just link it in the chat, that'll be great. But anyway, let's get to this story. This is gonna be pretty funny. Well, not that funny actually. This one's creepy. So this one here, let's see if it yeah, it worked. Okay, great. So this one here is about the Mongolian death worm. The Mongolian death worm. Okie dokie. So the Mongolian death worm is from the Gobi Desert, allegedly. This is a mythical creature, or allegedly a mythical creature that is said to be 3 feet long, and it has lovely spikes that it projects from both ends. So how nice. The local people call it the Olgoi Korkoi. Wow, that's a mouthful. And it spits corrosive venom, and it's able to electrocute its victims from a distance. We're gonna be linking all of that in the chat as well. But yeah, it looks very, how lovely. There's of course no hard evidence that such a creature exists. It's been said that it could be a snake or a legless lizard. So I mean, this is an interesting piece to say the very least. The picture looks creepy. I'm guessing this is some sort of, you know, artistic depiction from maybe the locals or something, but that looks like a scary thing. I wouldn't want to bump into that. Yeah, that looks no. That is like not for me, sorry. That looks extremely creepy. But anyway, so moving on, let's see. El mal de ojo, the evil eye, El mal de ojo is the way that we say it in Spanish. El mal de ojo, the evil eye, basically is, hater's eye, I like to call it. Hater's eye.
The evil eye.
Yeah, they call it the evil eye, but I like to call it hater's eye because it's basically, how can I say? Well, let me see. I think, hey, you guys, please let me know if you are buffering, by the way. Okay, I hope you're not, but let me know if you are. So anyway, so the evil eye is said to cause all sorts of, it's a myriad of things that it can cause. Look at all these things: misfortune, disease, injury, death, loss of appetite, excessive yawning, hiccups, vomiting and fever, insomnia, fatigue, depression, and diarrhea. Okay, there's way more. You know how many times back in the day, growing up, people have said lots of things about the evil eyes. It is said that babies and children are very susceptible to it, which is true. Well, anyway, according to lore and according to where we grew up.
Right.
In Puerto Rico, they make special amulets to protect children
from the evil eye.
Yeah, it is customary. It's called an azabache. Azabache is basically a little tiny, very thin and delicate gold bracelet that goes around the wrist of the baby or the young toddler, and it has like a little black fist on it.
Yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
it has like a little red charm on it as well, and it is said to protect from the evil eye. So that is what it said anyway.
Yeah, but you know something? I remember as a young kid, I don't remember the circumstances, but I remember not being too thrilled with someone or something. And I guess I gave them the evil eye or whatever.
The stank eye.
And they fell.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was like, I was a little kid, so I was like, yeah, good for you.
Oh, no.
I was kind of taken aback, like, did I do that? So, yeah.
Wow, that is... Well, stuff can happen. I don't know if I've ever given anybody the evil eye, but I do know that there have been times that, and I hate to say this because I don't even say this with any type of pleasure at all whatsoever, but there have been times that somebody has done a really, really, really bad, has wronged me.
Yeah, did you dirty.
Way.
Yeah, they did you grimy and dirty.
And dirty. And for some reason or the other, you can call it karma or whatever you want, but bad things have happened to them. Like even to the point of death. I've seen it, and I learned that when somebody wrongs me, I learned to pray for them. Indeed. Because I felt in my spirit that that's what I should do, because I don't want. I know that
you need to pray for your enemies. So
yeah,
that's how that goes.
I know that God says, pray for your enemies, but now I know why. It's because I've seen it with my eyes, and I'm talking about moments later, just horrible things I've seen happen. And it has a lot to be said for guardian angels, because let me tell you something, people think that guardian angels are just to protect you. No. They are vengeful. They take revenge. At least that is what we believe. If you don't subscribe to these beliefs, we totally understand, and we respect you. We love you anyway. That's
we dig
okay.
It. Yeah, we totally dig it.
We are completely tolerant and acceptant here. There's no taboo here. Of course, within reason. As long as you're not talking some nasty stuff or something, that is harmful to other. Yes. Yeah. Disrespectful or in any way, shape, or form. One thing we do not ever tolerate, and we have zero tolerance for, is anything regarding children. You know what I mean? If y'all get my drift, anything regarding harm or some sort of illicit.
Yeah, but that's
talk
not the
about
kind
children.
of, that's not the group of people we have here.
That's
so we're
true.
very
That's true.
fortunate, in that regards, So we're good.
Yeah. So back to the evil eye. I like to call it the hater eye because allegedly it is.
I like stank eye.
Yeah, that.
You gave me the stank eye.
So basically, somebody hates you or doesn't like you or just has bad intention towards you. That's how the evil eye is applied. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. I think that's probably correct. Oh, and they also say that the color blue and garlic can protect you from the evil eye. And even some cultures say that, I mean, this is an interesting article. I already linked it in the chat. But it says that's just saying the word garlic can protect you somehow. So that's interesting. I never heard that one before, but that is in fact what it says. Let's see. Ooh, sorry.
So that is very interesting.
Oh, yeah, the egg thing, by the way. There is this thing where some cultures also believe that an egg.
Good night, monsters in my mind. He says he has to go finish dinner and get back to kids and to bed.
Ooh.
Oh no, and get the kids to bed. So, thanks for stopping by, Monsters in My Mind, and hopefully we could do it again, man, in the future, do another collab, alright? So, bless you, brother, have a good night, and thanks for stopping by.
Always welcome. So, some practices use an egg to rid people of the evil eye.
Aisha says it sounds like a horror movie, Evil Eye. It could be.
Well, the evil eye is in many, many traditions. I mean, it goes back centuries, even biblical. It's even in the Bible, and it's highlighted there in the link that I put you guys there. So you guys might want to take a look at some of these links we post here. We actually have a good idea every now and then. And so yeah. Oh, pardon me. I am so sorry. I am yawning a lot.
I'm not sure
today.
that I knew that the cat that inspired Benny Long's story was his own cat, Killer. So that's cool. Thanks, Benny, for that little tidbit.
I love that name, Killer. Oh, that's awesome. This makes me feel even more like it's inspired by true stories. I mean, the cat's name is Killer.
That's okay, April, if you didn't catch the story because you showed up a little after the fact, but you'll be able to catch it again.
Yeah, I told her that when you were in the bathroom.
Yeah, I had to use the boys' room.
Yes, the little boys' room.
No, the big boys' room.
Okay, the big
Ain't no little boys over here.
No, there ain't. That's true.
Anyway.
Hey,
Vidif 22, what is good?
Yes,
That's my
welcome.
dude right there, Vidif 22. I like his banner.
Oh, it's awesome.
That's really
His banner is everything. It's just fabulous.
That's awesome.
But,
thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Vidif 22 is in the house.
I think he's
welcome.
connected to the Nefarious, right? So if you
Yes.
are, tell Nefarious we said, what up, dude?
Tell him I said, what's up? That's our boy right there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody up in here is family anyway. So we're very, very glad that you guys tuned in to see us.
Yeah, man.
Well, to hear us live, right?
Yeah, for shizzle. For shizzle.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so we honestly, to tell you the truth, there have been times where I was prone to believe in some of the effects of the evil eye. What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
So, Dark and Grim, man, how you doing, brother? What you been doing lately, dude? What you up to? Anything new, exciting?
Hey.
Where's your girlfriend at? Anime Atome.
Yes. Dark and Grim said that he was working on something actually earlier in the chat. Or the story.
Danny's making beats.
Yes, he is. Danny's making beats. And Dark and Grim actually has posted some new content. So after the live is over, you
Thanks,
guys should,
Vidif. I appreciate that.
if you're still awake, you guys could just hop on over to these channels, check each other's channels out. You know, you can get inspiration.
Yo, who likes gummy bears though?
Yeah.
Yo, I, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many people here actually love gummy bears?
Me.
I know we do. We love gummy bears, man.
Yes, we do.
And I'm about to show y'all what I believe is to be the best gummy bears I have ever had. Now, these gummy bears are so delicious that when you eating them and you just feel like you're not done with the first mouthful of gummy bears, but you're already stuffing your face with the second and third handful of gummy bears. And it's like, what the hell's going on? You know, this ain't normal.
Tell them what you call them. Tell them.
It's like gummy crack. You know, those gummy bears are too good. You just can't have one mouthful.
Yep. That is true. That is absolutely true. Let me see. Benny Long said that he sent us a photo of Killer. Where'd you send it, Benny? In at the email, on Facebook? Tell me where.
Yeah, where did you send the Killer photos?
Yeah, let us
know. So we can check it out. You know?
So yeah.
But anyway, back to the gummy bears. I'm about to show y'all what I believe are the best gummy bears. Okay? And hopefully you'll agree. Yo, but these gummies right here, Albanese, I think, or Albanese gummy bears. Oh, these are so good. They are the best gummy bears.
Especially
I've had.
The tropical flavor. They have one that's a tropical flavor. Okay, they have the regular ones, and these are the regular ones, but they got the tropical flavor blend.
They got sour.
Oh no, I'm not gonna try that one. I don't like those. I'll never like sour. That's just not me. But they are so freaking good.
They're fat-free, gluten-free, and hella delicious. These little bad boys here, man.
That's like crack.
That is like crack. And I find myself feeling like a fiend. I'm like
ashamed.
And I feel guilty and dirty after I eat so many.
Oh my God. I'm serious.
And I can't stop stuffing my face with those.
Stop chewing.
I'm sorry.
We're both, that's okay, baby. I don't mind.
Have any of you guys ever had these? Let us know in the chat.
God. It's
those
so
are awesome.
Good. It is so freaking good. I mean, oh my goodness. I just can't say enough. Oh my God, they are tasty, Aisha.
Yes, Aisha, they are very tasty. And Danny says he actually has some sweets his stepdad got for him and his stepsister. They're cookies with chocolate from Germany and coconut shavings on top of the chocolate.
Chocolate. Yo, you had me at chocolate. Chocolate is like my favorite food in the world of all time.
April says she tried Sour Patch kind. Oh boy, never again. So you tried them from this brand though? The sour ones of this brand? We never had those.
Yeah, I will never have those. You could if you want to, but not me. Now, one thing that I do want to try, that I've heard of before, is hot chocolate. But not hot chocolate as in a cup of hot chocolate. No. I meant like a chocolate
fondue.
Bar. No, not fondue. Chocolate bar or a piece of chocolate that's spicy, like hot, like maybe with a little bit of cayenne pepper or cinnamon or what do they call it, ginger, because those things make it spicy as well. So I'm really trying to think about it.
Dark and Grim says gummy bears seem popular in the United States.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are. Aisha says she loves Asian snacks too. They're nice. Well, the only Asian snack I've had, besides like Chinese food and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know if I ever had any Chinese desserts or Asian desserts.
Yeah, you have Pocky. The Pocky sticks.
Oh, the Pocky sticks,
Those
yeah.
are awesome. I think they're Japanese. I'm not sure. But they're so good. Pocky. Yeah, Aisha said Pocky. See?
No, she didn't. She didn't say Pocky.
Yeah, she said Pocky. They're right there. Pocky are awesome.
Where she says that? She says picky.
No, she said Pocky.
Where you say that? Oh.
Right there, star. Those are usually corrections and, in chat talk. I'm learning. There are.
So what's popular in Australia, Dark and Grim?
Yeah.
I didn't know you were in Australia. Cool.
Probably designer snacks. Like, I don't think they really like Little Debbie's over there. I think they like things like what he said. Swiss chocolate and imported stuff made, like homemade fresh cookies. Which, by the way, I do make.
That's very healthy. Greek yogurt and bananas. Very, very health conscious snack. April, where are you from? She says it's a USA Sour Patch Kid.
It is.
I know, but she's saying like USA Sour Patch, so I'm thinking she's not from America.
Yeah.
Maybe she's from across the pond.
Doesn't matter where you're from. We're glad you're here.
Just had Vegemite on toast. Cool.
What's Vegemite?
I haven't heard that.
Interesting.
I haven't heard Vegemite in years.
What is that?
I even forgot. That's how long ago I've heard of it.
Oh, goodness gracious. So, April says she loves chocolate peanut Easter eggs. Ooh, that sounds good. Well, I'm going to tell you some snacks that I like as far as candy goes anyway. Of
Pennsylvania.
course.
Okay. April's from Pennsylvania. I got family in Philly. North Philly, y'all. That's what's up right there. North Philly. Anyway, and I love the Geno's. When I was up in North Philly, I went to Geno's Philly cheesesteak. So good. I don't know about now. That was quite a few years back, but so good.
Ooh, Benny Long says, ever heard of what we call here in Mississippi chocolate gravy? Oh my God, I'm already in love. It's not really gravy, more like chocolate pudding spread over a hot buttered roll.
Oh, so Nutella. So it's like Nutella? No,
yes.
But no, Nutella is it's not chocolate per se.
It's chocolate and macadamia, if I'm not mistaken. Chocolate and macadamia spread.
What's maki?
Maki is also a brand for
Japanese ice cream.
Yeah, you know that. Okay, we bought it here before. You guys weren't that fond of it, but I liked it. Our friend, or whatever she is, recommended it to me. Her kids like it. It's like some sort of pastry with ice cream inside it. Yeah, hazelnut. You're right. Hazelnut chocolate. Yes. That's what Nutella is. And I'm gonna tell you something. Nutella is so addictive.
Yeah, that's another addictive food right there. So Dark and Grim says Vegemite is a yeast extract. Sounds interesting.
I don't know if I would get done with that, but
it sounds interesting.
It does sound like an interesting thing. I think I would have to look it up.
Aisha asks if you've tried maki before. It's a Japanese ice cream. It sounds amazing though.
Yeah, maki.
Yeah, maki. Like what? Like I ate it?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so I ate maki. Did I like it?
And the kids did not like it. I liked it.
Oh,
it was that thing that is coated a little bit in cornstarch, and it has, it's like a dough ball, right? And inside there's ice cream.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was interesting.
It was like gummy.
It's not that I didn't like it. It was very interesting textures and stuff.
You were confused.
Yeah, it was. It took me aback. When I was like, wait a minute, this is different. But it's cool. Maybe it was the brand. Maybe I could have had a better brand, or from a shop or something.
I think that's the name of it. Is the name of the brand as well. I think that's what it is. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I hope.
Hold on.
What?
April says it's hard to find and talk to people in her state. I'm sorry to hear that, April, but don't worry, because whenever we come on live, you could come on and talk to all of us. We'll be more than happy to talk to you.
Yep. And you know what? We are very active on social media. So, hey, Twitter, that's one thing. Nobody that's our follower should ever feel lonely. If you need somebody to talk to, if we're not on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or wherever we at, I don't care. Just leave us a message, a DM on Twitter, or even a shout out if you can't reach us by DM.
We're
whatever.
put here. I think that me and you were brought together to be a beacon for other people to, come to for like comfort, help or whatever reasons. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. But it's pronounced mochi. Okay.
Mochi.
Aisha 1994 says it's pronounced mochi. All right, cool.
And yes, there is a coffee flavor. She's right.
Dark and Grim says that it's very salty, the Vegemite. So it's a yeast extract.
So it's kind of like caviar. Sort of. I don't know, because caviar is made with fish eggs, but I meant in the sense that it's salty.
All right. Well, Benny Long has said that chocolate gravy is made with Hershey chocolate, sugar, milk, and little flour to make it thicken. Mix all that together in a pot and heat it up on the stove and pour it over the rolls or biscuits. Ooh, that sounds good.
I'm dying. Oh, I want to go.
Aisha says it's like normal ice cream, but it has dough layer on the top. Yeah, I remember that. It was like a strawberry something, like.
Yeah, it was strawberry. It was strawberry. I'm dying to try the chocolate one. Now, April asked our names. Well, basically, almost everywhere you go, you're gonna see the same thing. On Twitter, we're Dezombified.
Yep.
On
Facebook, we're the Dezombified ones.
Dezombified Scary Stories on Facebook. And on MeWe, we are also Dezombified Scary Story. Now, I will tell you something. On MeWe, which is a brand new platform, it's not that old, so it's not that well known. And on Facebook, which is well known, on both of those platforms, we have very different types of followers there. They're not your normal followers like you see on Twitter. So if you are not squeamish or weirded out easily, go right ahead and contact us on Facebook or MeWe. We don't have a problem with that. We're not that active on Instagram, but we try to post as often as possible there. The place that we're most active on is Twitter. And yes, that will change in the future because we're looking into Discord and we're trying to build up our server. So that'll be even better when we can chat with you guys and hear you. So that's going to be amazing. We're really getting into Discord now. We're studying that. But yeah, Dezombified pretty much is going to be the similar theme all across the board.
Aisha likes instant ramen too. She loves their black bean sauce ramen and the spicy ones. We just stick to the beef ones mostly, but the shrimp one is okay, I guess.
I'm allergic, so I can't have the shrimp one.
Bradam 23 iffy. That does sound good. What is going on, Bradam 23 iffy? How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Well, if you look at the chat there, you'll see it says Bradam 23 iffy.
Oh, Bradam 23 iffy. Hi Bradam, how you doing? Glad to see you in our live. I'm very, very happy to see you. I believe we know Bradam 23 from a very special live. I saw this person in, okay, what's her name? I forgot her name again. I'm so sorry. But we saw her in another live. And I'm going to tell you something. I think I told you about this other young lady before who does kind of like entertainment.
We are getting a Discord and yeah, soon.
Yes. Rather, we are building our Discord because we have one, but it's not really.
Exactly.
We don't do anything with it. So we are gonna just please be patient, and we will reach out. Reach out on Twitter is the best place to reach out to us on. So yeah, Braden 23Fi. I know them. Oh, I'm so sorry. And guys, let me know if I need to be getting closer to the mic, by the way, okay? But yeah, absolutely. We have the pleasure. Oh, this chat keeps moving all over the place, so please forgive me, you guys. But go ahead, baby. Talk to our friends while I open this in a new tab.
For real? You see what I'm doing over here?
Oh, I see.
I can't right now. I'm kind of distracted and busy. You talk to them for a second.
Okay, so yeah, you guys. Let's look over here. I'm over here actually clicking, opening. Oh, that's Braden. Yeah, I remember you, Braden. Braden's awesome. So Braden, we came across him due to Martini. You know Colorado Martini, baby. So they suggested suggested that we get to know each other a little better, because Braden has very similar content and a similar channel to ours, and he really does. He does this thing with his voice.
Yeah.
I don't know what program he uses it, but it's really cool. He mods his voice and then he says scary stories.
Cool.
So it's really cool. But the artwork and the thumbnails look very, very similar to what we do. He also does scary stories, and he does like but he also does like little mini documentaries as well. And he just does really freaky looking videos with really freaky looking thumbnails. So that's something you might want to look into.
Yeah, we're about to look into that right now, okay? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go to that. But first, before I do that, let me just get this out there. So April says she realized that she needs sleep, but she can't yet. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Just hang around with us a little while longer, and hopefully we'll be able to help you get to sleep. Okay. Let's see what else. Danny says it's gonna be more than worth it to be in the Discord with you guys make for us. I hope he's speaking to us, and I hope so, Danny boy. Let's see. Also, he just finished his second vlog beat. So he think making 2 vlog beats per day sounds like a pretty good load he could handle. All right, buddy boy, that sounds awesome. You keep making those beats, man. That's what life is about: living, creating, enjoying, sharing, caring, and all those good things. Let's see. All right, and that sounds good. I'm caught up in the chat. Now let's show. Is it Bradham or Braden?
Braden 23Fi.
I hate mispronouncing people's names because I do not want to come off as a complete idiot, because some parts and pieces are indeed missing. So I am not a complete idiot. But yeah, let's go to see this really quick right now. So here we are. Bradham 23Fi. And this is the channel right here.
Cool.
And let's see what kind of vids we got. Okay, so we have scary stories. Thumbnails are looking tight. Let's see. Yep,
yes, they
definitely into ghost hauntings and nightmare scary stories and haunted road trips. That's always awesome. So that's really cool.
I like that blood effect on the words.
Oh, that's awesome. Love and Loss, remembering Stan Lee. That is cool, man.
That is cool.
Very cool. Funny man, 'tis the season. I feel you, bro, because also like we like to sometimes be funny with some of our videos, or at least attempt to be funny with some of our video content. Whether they were well received or not by the public, that's up for debate. But yeah, I feel you, man. Sometimes you can't all be so serious, and you just gotta. I like infusing comedy with my horror. I love the Evil Dead, you know, comedy and
Freddy
horror.
Krueger.
Freddy Krueger, comedy and horror. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love strictly horror, but I also like comedy mixed in with horror. So yeah, man, good stuff. Keep up the good work, brother, and
Hell
thank you
yeah.
for stopping by.
Shaun of the Dead and
Shaun of the
and
Dead, yeah.
Zombieland and
Zombieland, yeah, man.
Toxic Avenger.
Indeed.
Awesome. Cheesy
Indeed.
stuff is awesome
Brad
too.
Am 23 Iffy? Ify.
Radom 23 I believe, unless I'm wrong, but somebody else told me about that.
Hey man, yo, don't sweat it. He said thank you guys. Appreciate it very much. Yo, don't sweat that, man. That's what we're all about here, bro. We're just about chilling and getting to know each other. You know, and if you create, we create. You know, we just like to, hey, you know, show people what you created, right? You didn't do it for nothing. You did it for people to see and enjoy. And you know what? If we could help felicitate that, then why not? It's all about the love, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I
man.
find that when you give, you get.
Yeah.
And sometimes
right.
you don't even get from where you give. If that makes any sense. Sometimes, you know, some people like to say, you know, well, you know, the golden rule is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And I get that. I really do. And I do agree with that. However, people get mistaken. They think that because they do unto others, that those others are going to be the one that are going to do unto them. And that is not always the case. Sometimes you got to wait for God to do unto you, or for someone else to be sent to do unto you. You know, it's not always going to be that person. They're not going to always appreciate it. But, you know, here's hoping.
What kind of drink are you talking about, April? She says she could use a drink, and I'm just wondering what kind. Are we talking about Kool-Aid, or are we talking about some hot cocoa? Or maybe, just maybe, something a little more harder, like a shot of rum or something, or maybe a ice cold beer? Like, what are you talking about, April? Or just some water? Maybe she just wants some water.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. But you know what? We got a lot of stuff we're working on, man. There's a lot of things coming up, and we're just excited, man, for what the future, you know, holds for us. And every chance we get to learn something, and every opportunity we have to improve our hardware, software, we'll take those strides, man, to bring you lovely people a wonderful experience, you know.
Wow. I love it when you talk, honey. You have that beautiful, smooth radio voice, you know? Like, I know I'm always saying that, but I love it. I can't help it. Like, hey, ladies, if there's any ladies in the chat, could you please help? And I know there is, but I'm just saying, you know, do you not agree? Don't you just, you know, you have to understand that when us ladies love, you know, we like to gush sometimes. That's just the way we are. We can't help it. I'm definitely a gusher. I'm the type.
All right now. It says Aisha 1994. She says she's gotta go, and lovely stream, and I wish you and the others a blessed day. Love you all. Hugs. Oh, well, thank you so much, Aisha 1994,
Mwah.
for you know, stopping by. Your presence was deeply appreciated, and we hope that you have a lovely, lovely night's sleep and wake up tomorrow feeling refreshed and ready to tackle the new day.
Good night, and don't forget to share. You know, maybe send a few of your friends over who are just feeling a little insomniac.
Yeah, we're kind of like night owls over here.
Yes.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's all right.
April says ginger ginseng. Oh, that's what she's drinking. Arizona tea ginger ginseng.
Okay.
And honey. That sounds interesting. I never heard of that, but
Very smooth.
I'm gonna look it up.
Very smooth indeed.
Yes. That's awesome.
Bye. Buenas noches. Hasta mañana. Que duermas bien.
Oh, my love. So Danny Martian says that voice could attract panties like a magnet. You know, I gotta agree with that. I don't even bother wearing them anymore.
Oh, damn. Hot damn.
Mwah. So April says, bye, new friend. That's nice. I like seeing everybody getting along.
Bye, April. You have yourself a good night. Buenas noches. Much love to my Pennsylvania folks. Congratulations on winning that Super Bowl a year or two ago. I was very happy for you all. And yeah, man, have a good night, April. Thank you for stopping by.
Oh, man. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, okay. I think that he was saying goodnight to Aisha. Yeah. Good night, Aisha. Oh,
Good night, Aisha. Buenas noches. Que duermas bien.
Yes.
Con Los Ángeles.
Oh my
Pa'
goodness
que te
gracious.
guarden.
Ay, ya.
Ay, ya what?
Stop.
Okay. Not a problem. Anyway, so moving on. What else you got to say, sweetie?
Well, honey, so basically, yeah, just trying to check up on you guys really quick. Just let me know how's the stream health doing for you. Does it look smooth or is it acting a little choppy? I'm getting a little choppiness, but I just want to know how it's going on for everybody else in the chat. Also, I do like that I'm seeing a good flow of the chat, so it doesn't look like that's interrupted, so that looks
awesome.
good.
That is great.
But the video is what I'm worried about. But
Yo,
anyway.
so listen, I want to know. Listen, can I be real with you for a second? It's just like it's only me and you here, and they're not here. I'm just talking to you, Miss Stereo. All right, now look at me in my eyes when I talk to you. Look at me in my eyes.
In the eye right now.
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
I want to know something.
Yes.
Do you love it?
Of course I do.
Do you love them?
Yes.
I mean, B movies. I have like this thing for cheesy B movies. You know, every once in a while, I like to, lean back, sit down with a bag of popcorn and a soda, and under like a snuggle blanket, and just watch me a good B movie. And I just recently saw one that I would like to recommend. Has anyone here seen the first Iron Sky movie, which came out back in 2012? Well, I didn't, unfortunately. I don't know how that one got by me, but I just saw the sequel, Iron Sky 2, and even though it's a B movie, its special effects are pretty freaking good, even better than most sci-fi movies, and better than all of these Sharknado movies, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy cheesy though, but it's so mega fun. If you guys, can, I suggest you give Iron Sky 2 a try. That was a very good movie. Also, if you have Netflix, you need to check out The Perfection. We saw that recently, a couple of nights ago, me and Miss Stereo, and it took us aback. There were quite a few twists and turns that honestly we didn't see coming.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah. We also need to get that picture up of Killer, please, for Benny Long. Yeah, man. Have any of you seen it? The Perfection? Please let me know in the chat. It's a really good movie. I don't want to give any spoilers, but if you all seen it, then hey, we could just talk about it right now. But there's probably a trailer out there somewhere for you guys to go check out. What have you seen recently, Mr. Real, that left an impression on you?
Well, like you said,
Yeah.
most things we watch together. There's very few things, I'm gonna tell you right now. There's very few things, it's on Facebook. Very few things that we watch separate. Okay? But that movie that you just mentioned, The Perfection,
Yeah.
that did have a twist. I mean, from the beginning, it started off with twists.
Right.
From the beginning. And very few movies are ever able to leave me with that type of impression. And I mean that in the sense that from the beginning to the end, I was able to actually watch the movie, right?
Yeah.
Without looking at my phone.
Okay.
So normally when we're either watching something or whatever, I'm still on my phone, I'm still on Twitter, I'm still on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for this movie, I had to put it down. It was just crazy how that went. Yep, right there in the middle next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Right there you go. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
you see?
Yeah.
So basically,
I got it, thanks.
that movie, it was sick. Sick. You want to see a sick movie? Watch The Perfection. That was very sick and twisted. I loved it. You know, I don't know why, but we just love sick and twisted stuff here at Dezombified TV. That's what we all about, you know. But within reason, of course. Everything always within reason.
Okay, so we're gonna show you a picture of
Just look.
Benny Long's cat Killer. Okay,
He's so cute.
he's the inspiration for the story The Old Man and Tom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. So here he goes. This is Killer, y'all.
He is so cute.
Yeah, he reminds me of our cat Bear.
Yes, he does.
He got a fluffy tail, got those green eyes, just like our cat. I think he weighs about 22 pounds, our cat.
Well, Bear's
cat.
huge.
Bear-
Maybe more like
Bear's-
25.
Yeah, he's part Maine Coon and part tuxedo cat, so he's pretty big. But yeah, man, Killer is just adorable. I like.
Beautiful.
That's a beautiful photo with the weathered wood. You see the rusty nails. You can see the greenery in the background. It's really cool standing on a ledge. Very good
Wow.
photo, Benny.
Wow,
It's
those
good
skills,
stuff,
right?
man.
You
Yeah.
got good photograph skills.
That's a
That's
good
a
one.
beautiful cat.
Thank you for
man.
sending that in, man.
He is so cute.
I
I'm
feel-
in love with him.
Yeah, I feel like, I feel a little closer to Benny now, sharing this intimate aspect of his life with all of us here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yo,
It's
I
very
love
adorable.
in that picture
Yeah, very
the
adorable.
shot. I know he's so cute.
Coochie,
I love the
coochie.
shot though. I love the angle. I love the colors. I love the realness of, I don't know if that's a doorway or a window. Yeah, it looks like a window, but like even looking at the rust of those nails, it's like there's just something intriguing and real and living about that picture.
I don't know. I mean, it looks so good. It could be like a Photoshop. Man, that's really good. That's how good of a
No,
photo
yeah, it looks
is.
amazing. It actually, I was thinking more of stock photos.
Looks perfect.
It's perfect. It really is. You should really look into doing some stock photos, Benny. If you can always photograph like that, boy, get an account. And there's lots of people looking for stock photo in places like Pixabay.
Yes.
Places like VidEvo. No, not VidEvo. pxhere.com. I'm gonna send you some links, Benny, on Facebook. Just please remind me, send me a message for me to send you some links. Now, a lot of these links that I'm gonna send you are pictures of stock footage places, and a lot of them is copyright free or whatever. But the good thing is that you can build a profile and put donation buttons, saying buy me a coffee or something like that. on your
Donation,
profile,
yeah.
and people
Yeah,
do
donation
donate
where-
eventually, you know.
Okay, so
Something to think about.
April says she's been looking for movies on Netflix. So yeah, go check that out. The Perfection. It's on Netflix.
It's sick.
It's good. And a good show on Netflix too, which we mentioned a couple of streams ago, is Chambers. Chambers is a good show. It's on Netflix. I suggest you give it a watch. And Black Sunday, or is it Black Monday? No, Black Summer. I like. Was it
Yeah,
Black
that's
Summer?
sick.
Yeah, Black Summer is also a good show on Netflix, man. It's high octane from beginning to the end, so it's really good. A lot of twists in that too. A lot of deaths. Let's see. April also says that she's been watching Lucifer and now Bitten. Danny Martian says, I started watching Lucifer the first season, but
Same.
I kind of bowed out. I don't know why. Danny says that he's discovered Rerun Century. Gotta check out that, see what that's about. And also 2 episodes of Gangbusters. So that sounds interesting. It's a 50s crime show. That sounds interesting right there.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Dark and Grim says good night, everyone.
Good night, Dark and Grim. Thank you,
And
brother, for stopping by. I remember listening to Men at Work, a famous group from Australia, and they mentioned that a Vegemite sandwich. So I always remember that from Men at Work. Anyway, good night, and thanks for stopping by.
Okay.
Dark and Grim.
So back to what
Benny
Danny
Long says, thank you, Killer's got a mean streak. He made people bleed that touched him. So
I knew there was some sort of reference to real life. So yeah, what you were saying about Danny Martian and Rerun Century. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up right now while we're in the chat. I'm gonna go open a note tab and look at it, see what it is. But if it's anything like what I think it is, I'll tell you right now. We've also kind of been looking into.
Get closer to the mic.
Oh, sorry. We've also kind of been looking into some older TV shows and just watching some old TV shows from times that honestly we weren't even born yet. But it just really looks freaking interesting, what you're saying. So, yeah, we're going to check that out and see what that's all about.
Benny says his roommate took the picture and that Killer doesn't really like her either. LOL, he just tolerates her.
I love that cat. It's so beautiful.
Dark and Grim said, thank you for the stream. You're welcome.
I really love this song. I'm so glad that you're leaving that up on that screen for a while because I really, really love this song. Yeah, here, if you don't know what Streamlabs is, the way that it works is with scenes. So this scene happens to have a specific track. Every scene that we put on has a specific track. And I don't know how to work it that well yet, so I don't know if there's a rewind function. But I really love that song. Now listen. Oh, okay. So Rerun Century is a place where you watch free videos, public domain TV that looks interesting. So that's something that I am going to bookmark, and we shall take a look at it later. Yeah,
that's right. So
wow, they got stuff here from the 1950s.
From the 50s, wow.
All the way to the 2000s. So that's gonna be interesting. It says binge the classics: The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, The Adventures of Robin Hood, The Life of Riley. I don't know what that is. One Step Beyond, The Beverly Hillbillies. I've heard that before. Jack Benny Program, Dragnet. I've read a book called Dragnet. I wonder if it's the same thing.
Bookum Dano.
I don't know what that is.
Bookum Dano. That's a reference to Dragnet.
Oh,
or is that Car Fit? No, Dragnet or Car 54? Yeah, one of those two. Anywho's.
Wow. The Adventures of Sir Lancelot, The Andy Griffith Show, Bob Cummings Show, Bonanzas. I've heard of that. My dad, like, he was always gushing about it when I was younger.
The Andy Griffith Show?
Bonanza, the Buccaneers, Date with Angels, and so on and so on. Whoa. Okie dokie. Break. Change the thing. So, yeah. This looks like something we're going to look into. We like to look into all this stuff. That. Thank you, Danny Martian, for that. Looks like it's going to be an interesting source for us. Okay, let's see here. Okay. You can change it whenever you want.
Really quick. Another good movie is that we've seen recently is Polaroid. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
It's essentially about one of those Polaroid cameras from the 70s. And we don't want to divulge too much about the movie, but if you have internet apparently, because like you're listening to us. So if you have the internet, you could easily find this movie Polaroid and watch it. It's a good flick, man. It's fun. April says she's almost asleep. All right, that sounds awesome.
I hope we had something to do with that. I hope we broke your insomnia, April.
Indeed.
And hey, if we did and you like what we're all about, don't be a stranger. And remember, we're always here. Whenever, it's sooner or later, we're going to see your messages somewhere. So just remind us and, try to private message us wherever you can. We don't have a huge following yet, so that shouldn't be a problem just yet. Wait till we get bigger. I mean, here's hoping, right?
Indeed. Yeah, so Danny Martian is going to be a part of one of our upcoming videos. And Danny, I want you to know, if you're listening, you got some skills there, brother. Don't give it up. Never give it up. You got some skills, bro.
He does.
So keep up the good work, dude.
He does. Let's see here. Yeah, so we get into all types of things.
I want to know where everybody's at. Like, where is everybody? I mean, it is a Saturday night, so I mean, people probably doing them. You know what I mean? It's Saturday, and but where everybody at?
Like we're gonna do later.
Where is everybody?
He's getting uncomfortable and turning red now, guys. Anyway, Benny Long is still here. April's falling asleep. I know Dark and Grim. Oh, Dark and Grim said goodbye. Braden is still here. As far as I know, Danny, of course, yeah. Aisha is still here. From what I see anyway, there's still 5 people here. So unless we have a lurker, somebody didn't say hi.
That's fine.
But
it's okay.
Which is okay. If you're shy, you're shy. What can we do? Be shy. That's fine with me. But hey, Rocco, real quick, thumbs up emoji to those who are still here, hanging in and hanging strong. I wonder how long we can hang.
Well,
I'm yawning, by the way.
Okay. You're giving me a hint. Give me a hint. You wanna?
No. Absolutely not. You know that even if I'm freaking keeling over, I prefer to be live than asleep.
Facts.
Oh man, I prefer to be live.
Indeed. Nice American Horror Story.
Ooh.
Yeah, they kind of got back on track for me this season with their stuff, but the previous season really didn't do nothing for me. But the ones before that were good. Yeah, I'm a fan of American Horror Story for sure.
I like the way they tied it up together though. In the most recent season.
Yo, I do. Wait,
up.
Hold up.
What?
I forgot. Yo, how many of y'all got iTunes? How many of you guys got iTunes, man? If you do, give a thumbs up in the chat. How many people have iTunes here?
That's interesting. But yeah, American Horror Story, I feel like they tied it all up.
Anyway, I'm just gonna get to it. I can't hold it back no longer.
Ooh.
So iTunes is shutting down.
What?
Yeah, iTunes is shutting down.
What?
Yeah, man, iTunes is shutting down. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that too.
Holy mackerel, our kids are gonna flip.
Nah, I'm saying they probably still got Apple Music. I think that's something else.
No, Apple? Wait. Isn't iTunes?
iTunes, I think, is like the App Store.
Okay.
You feel me? For it's like Google Play, but I think, and then there's iTunes.
Okay. I don't even know now. Sorry about that, guys. These allergies are kicking my rear end all over the studio. Jeez. My eyes are watery. My nose, and the back of my nose, in between my ears, all the way in the back of my throat is all
allergy
itchy,
season.
itchy,
You know that.
Oh
It's
my
allergy
God.
season.
I hate allergies.
Yeah, so they're doing away with the iTunes.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you get like the most heartbreaking news for real, dude.
Ah,
It's
you're
a
heartbroken?
bummer. No,
You're
not really. I
heartbroken?
don't care.
I thought you'd
honestly.
want to be in the know. Anyway, so here it goes. Love it or hate it, iTunes has been around for nearly 20 years, and now it's getting the boot. Apple will announce its pending demise on Monday at a developer conference in California. It's being the multifaceted media software is slated to be replaced by separate TV, music, and podcast apps that are already on iPads and iPhones, but should be coming to Macs in a software update this year. The long-rumored move is designed, at least in part, to reframe Apple as a provider of entertainment services at a time when iPhone sales are lagging. The fate of iTunes on Microsoft Windows remains unclear. So, yeah, they're moving away from that.
Well, if they keep making their stuff so expensive, what do they expect? They keep nickel and diming people, and on top of all of that, you know what we're paying for? For them to sell our information.
Yep.
So we're paying for them to sell our information. They're nickel and diming us at every turn that they get.
Indeed.
What do they expect? Eventually, people were going to wise up and say, hey, there's lots of other services out there. Of course, they may not have all the little perks that Apple has, but hey, we can get around it with this app or that other app or this jailbreak or what have you.
Yeah, I know. So everything is changing. Everything is evolving. Look at YouTube. They're gonna be rounding off people's subscribers numbers. So if you have like 10,600 subscribers, it will say that you have 10,000 subscribers.
Wow.
But on your channel page, on the inside the YouTubers, the YouTube studio creator or whatever, you should still see your full sub count there. So there's changes happening everywhere.
I mean, you know, if these big tech companies keep doing the stuff that they're doing and they're not realizing that it's to their own detriment, I don't know what to say anymore. That's why people are going to the excuse me. Sorry about that. This is why people are going to the unknown platforms like MeWe, you know, where they feel they're not censored or being held back. This is why a lot of people are going to Twitch even. Why do you think that YouTube made YouTube gaming now? You see a lot of that now. Why do you think that they're trying to push that now? Why? Because Twitch is taking a lot of creators away from them. And you know how greedy Google is. You know, they want it all, but it's not going to work because it's not, it doesn't matter what feature you add or you take away. If you keep screwing people over, they're going to leave. Your stocks are dropping for a reason, bro. wise up and stop messing with people. Stop messing with their content. Stop censoring. Stop picking and choosing favorites. You know, don't even worry about the companies that are what do you call them? The sponsors. Don't worry about the sponsors. You know why? You'll attract different sponsors. It'll just be sponsors who are a little bit more collaborative, sponsors who are more tolerant and thick-skinned. You know, YouTube needs to stop it too. All of these platforms, they need to stop because they're going to keep losing people. People are going to get tired. Their stocks are going to continue to drop. It's not going to be an end until it's your end. We're looking at alternatives as well.
Indeed. All right. Well, you know what? I think we should call it now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're gonna call it, y'all. We had a good time. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. Thank you, Benny Long, for submitting your story. The old man and Tom. It was a beautiful story, well written, I believe. I think you have talent, and I think you need to continue writing. And to hell with whoever else says what to you about what. Absolutely. All right, brother. Danny, thank you for your support. Creepy Clown Girl. Aisha, 1994, Dark and Grim. April, Bradam 23, Iffy. Who else? I didn't see Penny here tonight, but wherever you are, I hope you have a good night. Who else? I want to give.
Well, Monsters in My Mind.
Monsters in My Mind, yeah.
I don't think he's here anymore, so you know.
Yeah,
thank
he
you
went
for
to
stopping
bed.
by as well.
Yeah.
You said Dark and Grim, didn't you?
Yeah, Vidif as well. Thank you, Vidif, for stopping by. Slumber Reads, thank you so much. Yep.
April Busy Heart, she's a newbie. She stopped by. She's almost asleep. Anyone? Aisha. Yeah, everybody's almost asleep now. I know it's hard to say goodbye.
The Swedish Mom.
Oh,
thank you as well for stopping by.
I almost forgot. Vidith.
Yeah, Vidith.
I think we said that, right?
Yeah, Vidith 22. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, a lot of our good friends stopped by tonight, man.
Creepy Clown Girl. We can never forget about Creepy Clown Girl. That girl is.
Hey Benny, you could always play it for your friends in the future too, you know,
That's
or anybody. True. Hey, my story was read on YouTube. Check it out. Come back to this live stream, find it, and say that's my stuff there.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll make a video out of it because it was really engaging story. Thank you again.
Yeah, it was. And it was real and raw, and full of feeling.
Yep, that's right.
And relevancy.
Yes.
It was very relevant.
Very relevant indeed.
Everything, he tied it all together. You know, I almost cried. I got choked up a little bit. Yeah,
we did a story like that not too long ago with a sleep paralysis story, and there was a cat in it named Romeo, who was a stray cat, and something paranormal happened in this guy's house who would always give him a can of food, leave him a can of food out, so he got attached to that human. And when that human was in trouble, he just came in through an open window and helped him out. So if you're interested in that kind of story, it's called My Sleep Paralysis Story, and it's up on our channel right now. Also, I would like to remind everyone that we also did a collaboration with Monsters in My Mind over at his channel. And after this show is over, if you could please head on down there, give it a watch and give it a thumbs up and a comment. That would be great. Hopefully share it on your social media accounts as well, because we like to help other people out here, don't we? Yes, we do. Thank you once again for stopping by.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, to add to what Mr. Dread said over here, Kenny Dreadful, we're always either watching some of your videos or watching your lives or a replay of some of your stuff, premieres, you name it. We try our best to have at least one device in the home streaming somebody's content, binging on something.
I mean, even if you got an iPhone, you know, or Android or Roku or Nintendo Switch, something extra laying around, you know, you could just like I'm gonna support Dezombified today, or Monsters in My Mind, or Slumber Reads, and I'm just gonna have that one device, you know, as long as it doesn't mess with your bit rate or anything else that's happening. But if it doesn't hurt, then yeah, you know, just put it to play that whole day. Don't mute the volume, just mute the device itself, but not the volume on the video player, because if you do that, then we won't get any credit for it.
No views.
No views or anything. It'd just be a huge waste of time on both for everyone involved. So never do that. But yeah, if you can, we definitely appreciate it, because it'll help us out. You know.
Absolutely. So you guys, hey, thank you very, very much.
Buenas noches. Good night. God bless you. Sleep well. And hopefully we can do this again really, really soon.
Absolutely. So hey, you guys, we're going to switch to the daytime outro. I made an outro for our daytime stream, which hopefully will be starting soon, hopefully this coming week. Let's see what happens. Fingers crossed, darlings. And you guys have yourselves a very, very good night. Thank you for stopping by to Stereo Dread, powered by
Dezombified.
Yeah, go to sleep if we didn't startle you. You guys have some sweet, sweet dreams. Smooches.